Suchitra, so you were a very successful actress here in Malayalam cinema before you went off to the US. So after going there, have you missed being a celebrity? Have you missed acting?
Uh, Being a celebrity is always a good thing, I don't have to tell you that.
Yeah.
But the best part is, you can be free, you can go to any places, not bothering about how you look and. So that part I really enjoyed. But other than that, there at times I should be honest, I always enjoyed being recognized and always wherever you go, you get help. In that sense, if you talk about it, I always enjoyed it and I missed it. But the other part, just going wherever you want, that part was good. So it's like two sides to the coin.
So here, when you talk about being a celebrity, one thing that comes with the territory is that people are always watching you. They watch what you wear, how you style yourself, how you carry yourself. What was your reaction to that?
See, when I entered the movie industry, I was just in 10th grade. So that is a time where you hardly think about any dressing or how you look. It's more everything about, how and playing. It's too playful age, I would say. So that time, I still remember that whenever I go for shootings and all, shooting starts in the morning. So whenever some directors or somebody comes to see me, I'll be, sleeping, and straight away I'll be like, "Hi, good morning," and my dad is like, "My God, what is wrong with this girl? I've told you 100 times, just wake up in the morning, just, dress up." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm so lazy." So now I think, I'm into that age where I know the importance of, how you'll be definitely judged by the way you carry yourself. That is one very important part, which is, people who are in the media should be very aware of.
Yeah.
But I was never into that when I was in the teenage. I mean, that was the time I was doing more movies.
Okay.
So now definitely, yeah, I'm more conscious than what I was.
Used to be. Nowadays in movies, when it comes to costumes and things like that, it's become more serious. And now actresses actually, they put up a fight, they make a fuss about what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Was it the same when you were acting?
No,
Did you get a say in what you got to wear?
I always regret that, because that time industry has changed a lot now.
Yeah.
That times it was more of, I don't know, people were not that professional, I would say. In terms of dressing and all, they were more focused on the typical Mallu style of making movies, the homely characters. Even we hardly wear, I remember directors always used to say, "Suchitra, no makeup, please." I'm like, I used to have all these pimples and I'm like, how would I look, So things have changed now. I see all the young, newer heroines. They are very well dressed, and they are more conscious, and which is a change for good, definitely.
So back then, how did you go about deciding what you're going to wear on the shoot?
See, like I said earlier, those times, I was 15 years back, the movies were like totally, the movies at least I did was like more of comedy subjects, and all the focus were not into how the heroine looks or how leading lady would look. So all haribari, and what do you call in Malayalam, we say tattikutal. So it was like that kind of movie I did a lot. So I always used to feel really bad, when I when I was coming to the industry, I used to watch a lot of Hindi movies, like any other teenager, and I was thinking, okay, when I come to the movie, this would be I can dress up very well, or I'll get very colorful, attractive costumes, and it was just the opposite when I came to the industry. They give us like a settumundu or a half sari. I'm not putting it down, but that was it. The Malayalam movies, and half sari won't be, the skirt will be different from the than the blouse.
Okay.
And it was always my complaint against this Malayalam movie which I did, and I was never happy with it. And that's the reason whenever nowadays my movies comes on TV, I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. My God, this was not me, or at least
Okay.
I had more this, what do you call that, fashion Craving. I mean, I was always big into Bollywood, indie heroines, so-called indie heroines and all, their costume. I was very much fascinated by it, but I never had an opportunity to
Opportunity to try
in
it.
Malayalam industry.
Okay.
So when I went back to US, everything I did, whatever I want to wear, because being a celebrity, it was, there was a lot of restrictions for me to wear all the modern dress, because people recognize me as a very homely kind of, so whenever I wear a pants or jeans and go out,
People
they're
would
like,
raise
oh my
eyebrows.
god. So that part I enjoyed in US.
Okay.
I freaked out because my husband, he's born and I mean, brought up in US, so he didn't have any issues with me wearing all the modern
Western clothes,
dresses,
yeah.
and whatever I want, he's okay with that. So I just freaked out in that sense.
So in the roles that you used to do, I mean, I've noticed it was a very conservative, traditional role. So you, obviously your
Oh
clothes would
yeah,
also be salwar
very
kameezes and
much.
things like that. So that was more the role and the character, not really you at all, is it?
Um, I mean, see, this, I don't know, it might be a little contradictory, because I'm basically a very family oriented girl. I am very attached to my family, my relatives, blah, 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 blah. But dress sense, I mean, when it comes to dressing part, I like to, just
Freak out.
do freak out, yeah. And do all kind of experiments, this, that, and all. And I was very much fascinated by Rekha one time. So I used to watch all the magazines, how she did the photo shoot, how marvelous she used to look in the magazines. So I used to try all that. And when I do that on my face and go in front of the camera, I remember all the cameramans are very, I mean, they are very funny. They make fun of me saying, oh, what is this? You're trying all that experiments on your face. Please don't do that. So, yeah. So that's what, even though I was a very family oriented, I like to dress up. That was
Yeah.
still today, I'm like that. I like to,
Okay.
look good, carry myself really good. And I think that really, really matters a lot.
Okay. Did your sense of style or fashion change after you go to the US? I mean, after you went to the US?
No, I don't think so, because see, I believe that fashion sense, it's one thing, like, it's inborn. You should have a good sense of fashion wherever you are, no matter where you are. So you should have a good sense then, especially if you're in the media. Definitely, you should have. That's what I think.